Welcome to today's in-depth exploration of one of France's lesser-known yet fascinating coins, the 1976 half-franc coin. This small denomination may seem modest at first glance, but it carries with it a rich history and quiet importance in the world of French currency. Whether you're a coin collector, a history enthusiast, or just curious about international coins, this journey through the story of the 1976 1/2 franc coin will reveal why this piece remains a topic of interest for collectors around the world. The 1/2 franc coin from 1976 was part of the broader French monetary system before the introduction of the euro. It served as one of the smaller denominations in circulation and was part of the Fifth Republic's coinage series. Minted in the post-war period of economic rebuilding and cultural modernization, the 1976 1/2 franc coin is a small but symbolic artifact from a time when France was solidifying its global presence through its economy, politics, and art. Let's start with the basics of the coin itself. The 1976 half franc is a French coin with a face value of 0.50 francs. It was minted in nickel, giving it a bright silver appearance. The coin is lightweight, with a diameter of approximately 18 millimeters and a mass of around 2.5 grams. It features a reeded edge, a standard security feature even on lower denomination coins at the time, and a strong testament to the attention to detail the Monnaie de Paris, the Paris Mint, placed in its coinage. On the obverse side of the coin, we find the classic symbol of the French Republic, the La Semeuse, or the Sower. This image depicts a female figure sowing seeds, walking toward the left, with the rays of the rising sun behind her. The design was originally created by the engraver Oscar Roty and had become a recurring motif on French coinage for decades. The image symbolizes the nation's agricultural heritage, as well as the nurturing spirit of France, planting seeds of progress, prosperity, and civilization. Above and around the image, we see the words République Française, a proud label affirming the origin and sovereignty of the coin. Now flipping the coin to its reverse, you'll see the denomination, 1/2 franc, boldly inscribed in the center, flanked by a symmetrical olive branch motif. Another classic symbol, this time representing peace. Beneath the denomination is the year of minting, 1976, and under it, the mint mark of Monnaie de Paris, represented by a small cornucopia symbol, a mark of French mintage. So what made the year 1976 significant for this coin? While there were other years when the 1/2 franc coin was minted, 1976 was part of the final years before France's switch to more modern coin designs and later to the euro currency. The production of half-franc coins would decline in the following years as inflation and changes in commerce began to phase out the need for such small denominations. Because of this, coins like the 1976 issue started to fade from common use and slowly entered the realm of collectible items. What makes the 1976 1/2 franc coin particularly interesting is its blend of everyday utility and classic French artistry. This was not a commemorative coin or a rare error piece. It was a coin used daily by the people of France, passed through hands in markets, cafés, and boulangeries. It served the simple, everyday purposes of life, yet it was crafted with elegance and care, demonstrating the pride France took in its national currency. From a collector's perspective, coins like the 1976 half franc are increasingly appreciated not just for their aesthetic qualities, but also for their historical context. By the mid-1970s, the world was experiencing major shifts: economic turbulence, oil crises, political transformations. And yet, coins like the 1/2 franc continued to serve as quiet reminders of stability and identity. Owning a 1976 1/2 franc coin is like holding a small, tangible piece of the past, a fragment of a society that was adapting, growing, and evolving. While it's not the most valuable French coin in monetary terms, the 1976 1/2 franc holds significant sentimental and cultural value. Many collectors seek this coin to complete a series, while others keep it as a nostalgic piece, reminding them of childhood trips to the bakery or visits with grandparents who might have kept one or two of these coins in a drawer or an old wallet. Another aspect to consider is the minting quantity. In 1976, millions of 1/2 franc coins were produced, which makes the coin relatively common, yet not always easy to find in excellent condition. Circulated examples are plentiful, but uncirculated or proof quality coins are much harder to come by. Coins that retain their original luster and sharp details of the design are often more desirable among collectors and can fetch a higher value in numismatic circles. The coin also serves an educational purpose. For young collectors or students learning about world currencies, the 1976 half-franc coin provides a gateway into learning about France's economic history, art in coinage, and the daily lives of people during the 1970s. It's also an entry point into understanding the transition of European nations from traditional national currencies to the unified euro currency in the early 2000s. In the realm of numismatics, the study and collection of coins, it's not always the rarest or most expensive coins that hold the most value. Often, it's the coins that tell a story, the coins that were there during key moments in history, that captivate collectors the most. The 1976 French 1/2 franc coin is one such example. It's small, simple, and subtle, yet it embodies a significant period of France's monetary legacy. If you ever come across a 1976 1/2 franc coin in a collection or a coin shop, take a closer look. Examine the details, the flowing robe of the Sower, the fine lines of the olive branch, the boldness of the font. Think about the hands it may have passed through, the everyday exchanges it facilitated, and the slice of history it represents. This coin is a reminder that even the smallest denominations have stories to tell. Even the humblest coins can become prized possessions when we look beyond their face value and understand their meaning, their artistry, and their legacy. So whether you are starting your coin collection or expanding your existing one, consider adding the 1976 1/2 franc coin. It's a beautiful example of mid-20th century French design, a symbol of cultural pride, and a token of everyday life in France just before the digital and Euro eras took over. Thank you for joining us today in this deep dive into the story and significance of the 1976 1/2 franc coin from France. If you enjoy learning about coins, money history, and global currencies, be sure to subscribe and stay connected for more numismatic insights. This is a place where coins aren't just metal, they're stories, they're symbols, and they're time capsules from the past.